Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
7:31 is your time, going backwards in temperature at 35 right now, under a partly to mostly cloudy sky. How you doing, Brent?
Doing good, Dave. How are you?
Great.
Good.
Super good. Doing well.
Good. Glad to hear that.
I want to know how much I appreciate you taking the time this morning to get the cars out for the girls so they won't have to go back and get their little tootsies wet on the way to the car. And I know they appreciate that. And thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Dave. Just trying to be nice.
Yeah, I know. And I look forward to working with you this winter. If you're going to kind of...
No, I ain't doing it in the winter.
Well, we're going to scoop walks together and take care of some things together as a team like you're doing for the girls.
Aren't we? Okay.
I think we can. I'm just going to ask you politely. I want to work with you as a team member, and if you're reaching out to expand your teamwork ethics with the ladies, then there'll be some other things come along that we can work together on, and I really look forward to it.
Well, I do too, Dave.
It's going to be very
Any
special.
opportunity I have to work side by side with you is a joy.
I feel the
me.
same way. Thank you, Brent.
You bet.
Appreciate it very much. 7:33 is your time.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be visiting with Clang Financial today.
That's what I see.
Great group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Look forward to seeing them and talking to them. Also, Henry's Beach Bar and Grill in Callaway is having their opening of, I think it's already open, but they're having the open house this Saturday.
Yeah, kind of the grand opening, yeah.
Yeah, and Henry's going to be in.
Good.
So we're going to meet Henry. We met his wife a while back.
Uh-huh.
Now Henry's up, and that will be a lot of fun. And then we're going to give Ellen a call and see if we can disrupt her work at the Subway store. Also, the commentary paid for by Ray Hunt. And coming up this half hour, Dave Davis, Farmers National Report. Those
good.
Are some good things coming your way.
Right.
Looking forward to that. And today, also, just thinking out loud. All right. If you're listening to our stations, we appreciate it very much. It's likely that if you listen to KBBN, you're a lover of classic rock and the good cuts of today.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
If you're listening to KCNI, that's probably an indicator that you like local information along with pure, real country music, not the old pop bro stuff. We're talking real country. So we appreciate that very much.
Mm-hmm.
And we could play either of those this morning on The Breakfast Show, but sometimes we reach out and just break things up a little bit and kind of get out of the rut. I'm not saying that those music formats are a rut. They're the best thing going. I think you folks out there who follow us agree. But sometimes just a little something different in life to kind of spark your day a little bit.
Sure.
So, and I don't want you to jump out of your shoes and go, oh, no, Dave's at it again. We're going to play some blues.
Okay.
And it's not going to, I know a lot of people have a conception about blues that it makes you depressed and it's all about, being blue. Not the case at all. And not that there isn't some of that. Now, some of the country music and some of the rock music makes you blue.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless, never mind, I'm not going to go there. Anyway,
okay.
I'm going to kind of surprise you with that in a little bit, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all, Dave.
I would like this time to just have the pleasure of reading the school lunch menus to our audience this morning. Just to have a little fun and just gently read the menus.
Well, sure.
Okay. And I did you said you visited with Janet yesterday, a young lady by the name of Janet.
Janet.
I think it was Janet.
Oh, Janice Naziska.
Oh, Janice.
Yeah.
I thought
visited with her a little bit.
Janice.
She called the other day.
Yeah. Somehow has the belief that I've been a little bit evil lately. I don't know if she put it
well,
that
she
way.
did. She did kind of say that she. Well, I forget how the conversation went, but maybe needed to have a conversation with you about niceness.
Well, and I thought about it overnight, and I know Janice is a nice person. Her mother is a wonderful person. Her family, all of her family, I think they're class acts. And so I'm going to try to be genuinely nicer, not just a fake nice, but a genuine nice, to prove to Janice and others that I'm not an evil, well, I can be an evil person, but not all the time.
Okay. All right. So today we're getting Nice Dave. Is that what you're saying?
I'd like to try.
Today it's Nice
I'd like
Dave.
to try.
Okay.
You know, did you notice the other day how
Yes.
Christy's outfit just looked so splendid on her?
I wish I would have known this. I would have let you go and get the cars and bring them out front.
Oh, I'd like that privilege some morning.
All right. Well, tell you what, tomorrow's Friday. I'm going to kind of be scrambling a little bit to try to get things together to go to Arnold and cover the South Loop Track and Field invite,
Sure.
which we'll do live reports of tomorrow on KBBN. So maybe tomorrow morning I'll just let you be in charge of moving the cars out front for the girls.
That would be an honor.
All right. Because it's Nice Dave.
You know, and it'll make me smile when I get in the car and pull it around the cars. So knowing that the sales gals, if they happen to have open-toed shoes, will not get any moisture on their toes. That will make me feel good.
I bet it will. It will make you feel better about yourself during the course of the day.
Well, who wants moisture on their toes first thing in the morning when you think about it? I mean, other than a shower.
And at this time of year, it's cold.
Well, yeah, it would be a little frosty on their tootsies.
Just be careful when you climb in. You'll have to probably scoot the seat back.
Oh, definitely.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have a problem with that, but you might.
Especially Shannon. So. She brings it right up to the wheel.
Kind of.
But that's sweet of her to do that because we want her to be safe.
Exactly.
Arnold today, Sloppy Joe's on a bun at Arnold for the school lunch menu.
Thetford Public Schools today, their lunch menu showing Parmesan Ranch Chicken, mashed potatoes, broccoli, and dinner roll at Thetford.
What a wonderful sandwich. Pulled pork, a sandwich available at Ansley today, along with all the side dishes, including fruit, vegetables, and milk, which is very healthy.
SEM today, going with Italian Dunkers, corn and carrots on the menu today at SEM.
And Selma Myrna Public Schools, featuring fresh-baked ham and cheese subs, creamy macaroni, and that makes it even better when it's creamy, with cheese and dinner roll, chicken nuggets with dinner roll, and some vegetables, fruit, desserts, and milk. And it's they have the 1% unflavored milk or chocolate skim milk, just for variety.
Wow.
Isn't that wonderful?
Thanks for the info. Loop City Public Schools today, barbecue rib or a ham and cheese wrap on the lunch menu today at Loop City.
At Gothenburg, home of the Swedes, today they're having hot ham and cheese, Dorito bake, pizza, pasta, and meat sauce.
Cozad today, some of their options include super nachos, corn, cheesy chicken Caesar sandwich, and taco salad with cornbread. Some of the choices at Cozad today.
A correction on Gothenburg's. I'm so sorry. That today there was a scribble on the 6th that went down into the 7th, and it confused me for a moment. But I've got it straightened out now, and it's such a good feeling when you realize you've made a mistake and you can correct it in real time. So today's the 7th, and they're having oven.
Today's the 8th, Dave.
So then I was.
Today's the 8th.
I did not pull the calendar. Okay. Oh, geez. So never mind. The hot ham and cheese and the Dorito bake and pizza, pasta, and meat sauce was correct at Gothenburg, and that is a great feeling to know that I had it right the first time.
Yes. Thank you. Callaway today, chicken fried steak on the menu for lunch at Callaway today.
Thank you, folks, for your forgiveness. At Litchfield today, they're having chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, corn, dinner roll, pears, and milk.
Broken Bow today, choices include fresh baked ham and cheese sub, creamy macaroni and cheese with dinner roll, chicken nuggets with dinner roll. The menu today at Broken Bow.
At Sandhills Dunning today on this Thursday, it's Italian dunkers, breads, sticks, and broccoli.
Sargent today, chicken sandwich, green beans, fruit cup, milk, and salad bar on the lunch menu at Sargent Public School today.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Brent.
You're welcome, Dave.
No problem. No problem. There are no problems, only solutions. Now, I would like to bring you a little music that's a little bit different than we normally play, but not terrible, because both country music and rock music, really the heartbeat of the really good country and rock music, has a little blues in it. But sometimes you don't think about country blues being as strong as it is and definitely was. So let's enjoy together and let's milk a cow this morning.
I might change the tempo a little bit.
Okay, we're rolling. Wherever you want it to sit, John, that's great.
and never mix fuel again. Get your yard in shape with Potts Ace Hardware in Broken Bow.
For those 62 years of age and for those that are handicapped or disabled regardless of their age, the Grand Generation Manor in Callaway has affordable housing available. An equal housing opportunity provider and employer. They're located at 200 South Grand Avenue in Callaway. The Grand Generation Manor.
The Quilting Shack in Broken Bow is excited for the Quilters Rule Nebraska Shop Hop. Make sure you head in and pick up your Shop Hop bags now. There's a limited amount available. 19 quilt stores from east to west in Nebraska will be a part of the Shop Hop from April 8th to the 30th. Susie and the Quilting Shack staff would love to tell you more. For your quilting or sewing project, get what you need at the Quilting Shack, East Highway 2, Broken Bow. Just closed Sunday and Monday. We have Matt on the line. Thanks for waiting, Matt. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Here's your question with Brent Apperson.
Okay, Matt, what's the technical term for planting seeds? Is it landscaping, germinating, fertilizing, or sowing?
Sewing.
You better believe it. And because you've answered correctly, and it is Lawn and Garden Month, first we're going to give you a little certificate, $5 gift certificate to the Garden Center in Broken Bow, and we're going to throw in a coin that'll get you a free personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut in Broken Bow. So just swing on out and see us when you can.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. 7:50 is your time. And today we are going to feature some good things that are going to be happening in the next few days, some benefits, some fundraisers, some art. We'll just cover it all for you this morning, along with our guest list. And so we have a fun show lined up for you. In just a little bit this morning, we'll be hearing from Kathy, and that would be the sister of Chrissy. They're both beautiful young ladies, and Kathy will be bringing you the report, and maybe her handsome man Jim will be along. I'm not sure, but he is one good-looking guy and knows his auction business. So that's all coming up.
All right, that's nice of you to say.
Thank you so much. our first guest in the studio here this morning, and we're excited about it because we want to learn more about Henry's Beach Bar and Grill in Callaway, and Henry himself is here. How you doing, Henry?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing good. Welcome to the show. Brooke was over a few weeks ago promoting job opportunities at the care facility there, and we enjoyed getting to know Brooke, I guess again, really, because she's originally from Callaway.
Yep, she's a Callaway local or native, I guess.
Yep, and she has the also, I guess, accolade that she's related to Liana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about. Brooke kind of gave us a little bit of a lowdown. Pull that mic just a little closer, if you would. Do that, Henry. There we
Okay.
go. Let's talk about how you decided to open the business on Main Street.
Okay. Well, Liana is Brooke's cousin, and she's been out to visit us when we were living in Nashville. And she's kind of nudged me a few times about opening a bar, and she kept saying, the bar's for sale in Callaway, the bar's for sale in Callaway. So I decided to just pull the trigger and do it. Last year, I was planning on a food truck, and then COVID hit, so I kind of put that on the shelf, and this opportunity came up, and I thought I'd just go for it.
All right. And how long you've been working on it? You just don't open the doors on something like that. You got to kind of restage everything and change things up. How long you been working on it?
Well, we opened February 1st. We bought Hangar 22, and my vision was kind of a vacation spot. I've come out to Callaway many times, love the people. One thing I've noticed out here is that, man, the hardest working people I've met, and I was thinking, how do these people take a vacation? So I thought maybe that's the thing. I'll put a vacation spot in the middle of Callaway. So that was kind of the concept, and we've just been adding stuff to it, and we just want to make it a relaxing, welcoming environment to just, I don't know, give people an opportunity to take a little vacation, since ranchers and farmers really don't get a break. So I have guys coming in with muddy boots right out of the pasture, and that I have to mop and sweep every day, but I don't mind because those are my patrons. But it's been great. It's been a great opportunity.
Yeah. And, it kind of ebbs and flows in this part of the country, as you probably already know, and Liana's probably already give you a heads up. The guys will get real busy, and the gals will get real busy on calving and planting, and so things slow down a little bit. And then when they can come in and relax, they really want to do it in a big way. Having a vacation spot ought to work out pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is we want to be open every day, so we're open 7 days a week. And our posted hours, some days are 10 p.m., but I rarely close the doors at 10 p.m. unless there's nobody in the bar. Mm-hmm. So last night I think I stayed open till midnight. So whatever people want to do, I mean, if they want to come in at 10, I'll be there.
Okay, all right. And how about the food side of things? Is that still being in development, or where are you out on that?
Yes, we have kind of a 3-phase project. First phase was to open the bar, to rebrand it as Henry's. Our official name just changed to Henry's Callaway Bar.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Okay. Let me change that here.
Our second phase, we kind of planned 6 months after open to really have a food option, multiple food options. Currently, we are just offering pizza, brick oven pizzas that I get that are 60% done in a brick oven, so they still have that taste of kind of that brick oven fire baked taste. So my plan is 6 months down the road to have some good Mexican food options as well. So
that sounds good. That would go great with the vacation feel.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now you had mentioned that you had thought at one time of opening a food truck.
Uh-huh.
So I'm guessing you're kind of a cook
Yes.
at heart. Is that kind of one of your passions?
It is.
Cooking?
It is. Eventually, I want to be the guy in the kitchen and have somebody run the bar.
Yeah.
My food truck was it was a Mexican food, kind of my take on Mexican food. I was bored at work for a couple weeks, and I just started writing down my concept, and we came up with Papas, which was I'm Papa, and Papas in Spanish is potatoes. So it's kind of a loaded Mexican potato fry thing that I made up. I don't know if that's what we'll offer initially. You need a deep fryer to do that, so that may be down the road, but that's kind of where I got the whole Mexican food idea.
Yeah.
Bored at work.
And to go along with that, heard rumors from Brooke and Liana that you believe you might be making the tastiest margarita in the state of Nebraska.
Yes, absolutely. So all of my drinks are handcrafted. When I bought the bar, there was one of those big tubs of margarita mix. That went out the door. So we go through about a box of limes every week. We squeeze our own limes, and so it's fresh lime juice. There's some secret ingredients in there. But everything's fresh and handmade. So pretty much all our drinks, even down to our whiskey sour, I make from scratch. So
Now, folks in the city are kind of, they almost demand that anymore in, bars of any consequence. I think my son lives in Chicago, and they go to those kinds of places that make the drinks from scratch.
Right.
Out here in this neck of the woods, they're really going to take to that because it's kind of a piece of art that you're actually drinking. You put a little 7-Up in there and swirl it around, and you actually put different flavors and different components in that give it a really unique taste.
yes, absolutely. I did go to bartender school in Nashville when I decided I was going to buy the bar. I might have bartended, but it was kind of a whiskey Coke or 7 and 7. So I realized I need to go and get some training. I did a bartender / mixology school.
Oh, okay.
It was fun, and I got my certificate. I'm going to put it on the wall one of these days. But, I'm glad I did it because it really gives you the skills to put together some good drinks.
Yeah.
A gal came in last night and made my first dirty martini for somebody out here.
Oh boy.
She said it was one of the best she's ever had. So
Well, and by the way, you can mix things up too for folks who prefer not to have alcohol in it.
I
as
can
well.
do that. Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
And you can have those flavors and tastes if you don't want the gin or whatever
Absolutely.
that component is, and enjoy that art and that mix without it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So y'all know Liana. So she is going to be a guest bartender on Saturday.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
She is a multitasker, as you know, right?
Right.
She
Oh,
can do
yeah.
about 3 things at once.
Uh-huh.
She might find a new career.
Yes, absolutely. On Friday or on Saturday, I'm sorry, 4 p.m. We're gonna open our doors and we'll have free food. We'll have burgers and raffles, prizes. So we're gonna give a prize every half hour.
Okay.
Some raffle tickets. I went and got gift certificates from everybody in town. So it's kind of that, sweatshirts. Get your Henry's
T-shirts.
Yes.
All right, and that all starts at 4 o'clock
at
Saturday.
4 o'clock on Saturday. Yep.
But you are open for regular hours before
Oh yes.
that.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna have a lot of guests from out of town. I think we've taken up every open bed in Callaway's.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that will be a lot of fun then, won't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You talked about making it a vacation spot. Can you talk a little bit more about the decoration and ambiance
Yes.
that you're trying to create at the bar now?
Yes, absolutely. So it's kind of a beach. My favorite vacation spots are at the beach. So we have beach scenes. If you go on our website or on our Facebook page, you can see some of those. And then, of course, I talked to you guys earlier about Liana and Brooke love to go shopping and bring in some cool we just put a big turtle on the wall
Nice.
and a big crab. So just want to kind of give you that laid back feeling when you're on vacation. I'm also a longboarder. I skateboard. I'm not a surfer. I'm a sidewalk surfer. I put some of those up on the walls. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's really popular now with the kids.
It is. Yeah,
So-
you see a lot of that.
Bring your skateboards. Let's go longboarding, kids.
Cool.
A lot of scooters too nowadays. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
That's it's good. That's good to see people out enjoying themselves outside, and whatever the hobby is, you need to stop and refresh yourself, and you're
Yeah.
ready for it, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. We got to go over and take a look, Brent.
Absolutely, yeah. Make Liana make us something.
Oh,
Oh, Liana.
that would be fun to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Liana's going to be a guest bartender. I imagine you're going to have plenty of help for this.
Oh yeah, we have a staff we've been training. Our regular gal is on vacation, so my one employee.
Are you still looking to train a bartender?
We still are looking to train a bartender. We have, I will work with your schedule if you want to come in and learn how to be a bartender.
Okay. All right. 4:00 Saturday at Henry's Callaway Bar. That is the official name now. And you can come in anytime. You don't have to wait till 4:00 Saturday. Certainly sounds like maybe you're very comfortable in getting to know new people.
Absolutely.
And that's a great combination for any business.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else that you wanted to highlight that we didn't talk about?
No, I think we covered all of it. Just
Okay.
come
All right.
on in. Let's have a good time.
How fun has this been for you? Because it kind of sounds like this has kind of been a dream maybe for a while, and now to see it come to fruition,
It is-
that has to be a joy.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I have been working more hours than I ever have. My day starts when I wake up and ends about 1 a.m, maybe 2. But it's not like work, I'm so relaxed now. I've got rid of the stress and the grind of the everyday 9 to 5. I was an account executive for a healthcare company, and now I own a bar, and it's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
And in Callaway, you don't have to deal with any traffic or drive very far to get there, right?
Yeah, my commute is pretty easy.
Just walk about everywhere you want to go. And Callaway is one of the nicest little communities in the state. And certainly, I think when people visit there, they remember the hospitality and just the quaint little town that it is and the beauty around it, too. That's a beautiful area over there, too. So
Absolutely. When you're driving on Highway 80, you think that's Nebraska until you get off that highway. I mean, it is so beautiful out here with all the hills.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in some beautiful canyon country over there.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. Well, Henry, thanks for coming in. It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you
We'll
guys.
come over and grab one of those margaritas one of these days.
Yes, absolutely. Come on in. I'll
Okay. All right.
make you a good one.
Okay. Folks, 4:00 on Saturday. Don't miss it. Thanks, Henry.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
We'll now catch up on that report. Commentary by Ray Hunt, paid for by Ray Hunt. That's next here on The Breakfast Show.
This commentary is paid for by Ray Hunt. This program was not created in the KCNI KBBN studios and does not necessarily represent the views or policies of Custer County Broadcasting.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This interview of Colin Nowhere on Newsmax is brought to you and paid for by Ray Hunt.
Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein and Democratic Congressman David Cicilline pushing through a bill banning several types of what they call assault weapons. It would also ban ammo magazines holding more than 10 rounds. This comes after House Democrats passed 2 sweeping gun control bills requiring background checks on all commercial gun sales and a 10-day review for gun purchases. Joining us now to discuss is Second Amendment advocate and attorney Colion Noir. Sir, thank you for joining us. So give us a feel for how you read this, because there are a lot of people who are big Second Amendment advocates that have a problem with this legislation.
So from my standpoint, this is nothing more than a backdoor way to chip at the Second Amendment. And they've been honestly doing this for years. A lot of these legislations are new to a lot of people, but they've been trying to pass them for some time now. And now that they have control of the House and to a lot of degree, control of the Senate, they feel this is the right time to now try to push these pieces of legislation and get them through, because now Biden's in office. And so they're feeling extremely confident in that regard. So now they're taking advantage like they normally do, especially when there's a tragedy, but now they're taking advantage of the power that they have in Congress to try to push these legislation through. And to me, it's nothing more than finding new ways to undermine our rights under the Second Amendment, one law at a time.
Are you worried what will happen next? Are you worried that these will actually become law?
I am, largely because even with H.R. 8, for instance, that was just recently voted on, you had some Republicans who actually voted in favor of it. And so right now, the only thing that we have as far as a stopgap to prevent these things from passing right now in the Senate is the filibuster rule. But then you also have the Democrats talking about getting rid of the filibuster rule as well. And once that happens, there's really nothing that we can do to stop them from passing the pieces of legislation that to try to pass it undermines the Second Amendment. And at that point, we'd have only the Supreme Court to rely on.
Yeah.
So it definitely concerns me.
Are you bothered by what's in these bills? Are you concerned about it being a slippery slope as to where it might go? And if so, what is it that you're fearful of?
I'm not worried about it being a slippery slope, because it's very purposeful. Like their whole intent and purpose is to inevitably erode the Second Amendment out of existence. And I know it sounds extreme, but it's essentially what they're trying to do, because none of the legislation that they're trying to pass currently would have stopped any of the major mass shootings that we've had recently, nor will it put a dent in any of the gun violence that we currently have now, because those are largely socioeconomic issues. So these legislations are literally designed to chip away. And so they're trying to not only create the slippery slope, but to make the slippery slope as fast as possible, especially now considering that they're in power.
Yeah, what is it that people need to understand? Because people just hear the catchphrases. They hear, you know, assault weapon ban, background checks needed, and they think that's okay. I can agree with both of those, but the issue is larger.
So what they don't tell you, let's talk, for instance, about the background check aspect of it. We currently do have background checks. If you buy a gun from a dealer, you're required to have a background check. However, what that particular law, when it was put in place, did was not deal with the private exchange of firearms. And that was on purpose. They talk about it as if it's a loophole. It wasn't a loophole. It's on purpose, because they understood at that time that that was crossing the line with respect to our rights under the Second Amendment. So what that would require then is, if I wanted to give a gun to a friend of mine or sell a gun to my neighbor of sorts, he would have to get a background check. Now, the only problem with that is there's no way to enforce that type of background check unless you had a database with every single gun that was sold. So as a result of that, they want to pass this law so that they can say later on down the line, well, it didn't really work because we don't have a national database. And that national database is a gun registry. And so what that then does is allow them to, at somewhere else down the line, because these aren't going to do anything to stop the violence or the crime, then they'll be on there and say, you know what, maybe we just need to collect them and confiscate the guns. And guess what? Now we have a national database of all the information.
Right, and that's that slippery slope that I think some people are very concerned about. Colion Noir.
I'm sure the YouTube algorithm is going to do a phenomenal job of suppressing this message. So please share this video with as many people as you can so we can beat the algorithm and get our two-way message out to the masses. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment, and hit the bell and subscribe button. If you're looking for where to purchase your Defund Gun Control shirts, hats, and drinkware, there's a link in the description section of this video.
Cattlemen, spring is here and things are starting to green up. But alongside the good green like pasture grass and trees come the bad greens. Musk thistles, mullenweed, buckbrush, and other weeds. Let Aero Aviation help you get the bad green under control this spring. They use the latest in aircraft and GPS technology and crop protection products while keeping the good green in your pocket. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
Need gear for the softball and baseball diamond? Geared for Sports and Broken Bow has all kinds of equipment and shoes for the season. What Scott doesn't have in store, he can try to find for you. Geared for Sports has competitive pricing, so there's no need to go out of town or search the web. Find it right on the square in Broken Bow. There's a reason it's called Geared for Sports. They're prepared to gear you up for whatever sport you play. Visit them soon in Broken Bow. Geared for Sports.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/work. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/work. That's ZipRecruiter.com/work. ZipRecruiter.com/work.
Did you catch that? ZipRecruiter.com/work.
Yes.
/work.
Yep.
We want to thank Henry for coming in from Callaway. He brought us some very nice T-shirts, and we always appreciate that. And you'll be able to probably have a chance to win some T-shirts and other prizes on Saturday afternoon and evening at Henry's Callaway Bar, the new business there in Callaway. And Henry is a real likable guy, and his wife Brooke is wonderful as well. So congratulations and good luck to Henry's Callaway Bar. Now we're going to switch gears here and get real serious. Give me just a minute. I got my serious button on. Okay, we're good to go. Would you introduce our next guest, Brent?
Well, sure. I don't even know if they need introduction.
They don't.
They're just like part of the crew now,
They're
I
family.
think. Clang Financial is here. Hello, Clangs. How are you?
Is that method acting? Is that what you're doing? You getting in the role?
Yeah. Getting into character.
In the character? Yeah. Oh, it's
a serious character.
The serious.
I want to talk finance.
So you're switching now from Nice Dave, which is kind of how you started the show, to Serious Dave. No, is that what you're doing?
Well, you can be nice and be serious at the same time.
Okay.
And you can be nice about financial things and share and provide information to one another so that we can all benefit. That's what this part of the program is going to be about, and it's a very special part of it for me.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
He is, wow, Dave. Pull it together, man.
I'm trying. James, I just...
Can't you feel, though, it's genuine?
Boy, it
right?
is. Boy, you could have... there's an Oscar, an Emmy, something in his
man.
future.
Yeah, something.
That's awesome. Well, we're glad to be here this morning.
Good.
Good to have you here.
Glad to have
a couple things last time we were here, we talked about life insurance,
right.
all the companies we work with and their slogans. And there's several people that came in and told us what ours was.
Mm-hmm.
And we never did share it on the air. So should we share that on the air today?
I'd love for you to, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we
gonna
used
write
to
it down, too.
We've gone through a couple different slogans over the years. The first one we had was planning with a purpose.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
There's a purpose with everything that we do. And the second one, with the more recent one that we've been using, is bringing financial hope to life.
Ooh.
It just sends shivers up your spine.
Yeah. I think we even tried a jingle last time, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe we should work on that one of these days. Me and Brent in the studio.
I would love that.
Do a little jingle, then close it with
great.
our tagline.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's
our
that's our slogans. Everybody needs a slogan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Liana slogan.
What?
Liana
Okay.
slogan.
Yeah.
Fill us in.
Okay. I know where you're going now. Yeah. Dave likes to give people slogans.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
that they may
this
not.
isn't hers that she came
I
up
see.
with. This is one that was
Dave's
given to her
perspective.
by Dave. Yes, that would be correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, just see what you think of it. Liana's as hot as a plate of lasagna.
Whoa.
I love my lasagna.
Yeah.
Doesn't that have some real punch
so that
to it?
really-
I like cheesy lasagna, and that's cheesy.
Well, Liana could be cheesy.
Very good.
Oh, you mean I'm cheesy? I thought you meant Liana.
I'm talking about lasagna.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So that's the logo, and people responded to that last show. Okay, that's good. That's good. So let me just throw out a question to you guys. How's things in the economy right now? Investors, how are they doing?
You know, they have been doing very well. We came off a very good year, despite what happened last year in March and April. I mean, that was unprecedented, but it rebounded very well. And there's a lot of things to come in the future. There's still a lot of uncertainty. There's always uncertainty when it comes to the market. A lot of times it's like rolling the dice, but what I always tell my clients, if you have time on your side, you're okay. It's less about timing the market. It's more about time in the market. So that's something that we always coach our clients with is how much time do you have to be in the market? And if you don't have time on your side, then maybe you should look at more fixed investments. And that's certainly an avenue that we've been able to help a lot of our clients with, give them options. And that's what people want more than anything. They just want to know what their options are, what's available to them. So fixed investments definitely is an area that we've been able to help our clients with. As far as the short term and with the economy, the job market has been expanding. Businesses are starting to hire more. Jobless claims are starting to go down. So that helps the economy overall. Positive news with the vaccine and COVID, that helps the economy overall. People are more willing to get out and spend their money on things, and that helps the market too. Other factors that have been rearing their head lately is the bond market and gold. There's a lot of inflationary things that have been happening. So inflation could be picking up, whether it's going to be this year, next year. We don't know that for sure, but inflation eventually has got to start kicking in. It's been fairly low. 1-2%. Historically, it's been up 3 to 4% range. So we've been really fortunate with inflation, but it's going to kick in a little bit here after a while. So internationally, with emerging markets, seems to be a good sector to be in now, because there's going to be emerging markets and international seem to have a lag behind the U.S. And we had a fairly good year last year in the market. They lag behind us, and so they may be seeing some fruitful days as far as that goes in the next year or so. But the point really is, depending on what you want to do with your money, what time horizon you have, what your risk tolerance is, it's a good idea to sit down with someone to go over all your options, to make sure that you're investing in an area and in a way that best suits you. And we don't do anything cookie cutter. It is positioned towards you in everything that we do. So there's a short-term, kind of a long-term outlook of where things are heading.
So for folks, now I'm going to ask Steph a question. Do you prefer Steph or Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay, Stephanie. Do you think I'm too old for long-term insurance? Is there a point you get to where it doesn't make sense to get it? I mean, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but you know I'm old. So am I too old?
You're not too old, no. Obviously, for long-term care, there's an underwriting process. And so you have to look at what would it take to underwrite you to actually get a policy. About half the people over the age of 65 can't get one because they fail underwriting. So the sooner the better.
So over 65, you have to pass the test.
You do. Yeah, you have to pass the test. If you're under 65, you just have a better chance at it statistically because typically people don't get healthier as they get older.
I've taught the Financial Peace University. That's the Dave Ramsey thing. And he is a huge proponent of getting long-term care insurance. His rule of thumb, though, is wait till 60 to get it. Which is fine. However, like Steph mentioned, you got about a 50-50 chance at that point because of health. And there's different underwriting rules with long-term care than there is for like life insurance.
Yep.
Different set of underwriting rules. So I got mine when I was 40.
You did?
And it was...
That was a long time ago.
It was cheap, though, but it was cheap. And I had back surgery last year.
I remember that.
Rods and screws in my back, and the possibility of me going through underwriting now was a lot slimmer than it was when I was 40. So that's always something to keep in mind.
So then you should be thinking about it, Brent. But the companies are probably all a little bit different, but kind of the same who offer this. What kind of companies do we need to be looking at?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. I was just sitting down yesterday. I was Googling the best long-term care insurance companies out there because we work with a lot of different companies.
There's a lot less now that do it.
Yeah.
Are there?
10, 15, 20 years ago, there's probably 1,000 companies that did long-term care insurance, and now there's
15.
Probably a dozen or so. But there's only a handful.
Because it's financially burdensome for the companies.
A tricky thing, yeah.
I mean, they were selling unlimited policies, and if you think about $200 a day times 365 days, and that's an unlimited amount, they're on the hook financially for a lot of money. And
that's the benefit. Usually in this area, you can get, if you have a benefit of $200 a day, that'll cover most of the expenses at Brookstone or off Broadway or Custer Care, the facilities here in town. But yeah, I was Googling the best insurance companies out there, the top 5. Do you want to go through those?
Yeah.
Or should we just cut to the songs?
No, we need to know the 5.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's called baiting, right?
Teasing, baiting, yeah.
Teasing. Okay. Sorry, I'm horrible at this radio stuff. So number 1, top company. We'll go backwards. We'll go from
this is going to surprise you.
New York Life.
Number 5?
Number 1.
Number 1.
We're
Okay.
going,
All right.
1 to... So, which surprised me because they're one of the more expensive ones. But I kind of knew it because I've been a New York Life agent for a long time and have sold a lot of New York Life long-term care policies. They're a little bit more expensive, but according to independent researchers, they feel that New York Life is still the best company out there for long-term care insurance. They're the Cadillac, if you will, in the industry. They're a little bit more expensive, but one of the big issues, Stephanie, is raising rates. A lot of people, when they get long-term care insurance, the company can always raise those rates later on. What has been your experience with raising rates?
Well, typically, like Mutual of Omaha, you see them raise rates about every year. And if we get calls from New York Life clients, it's because they've never had their rates raised. And now 10, 15 years later, they get a rate increase and they're going, what's going on? Because they're not used to it. People from Mutual of Omaha won't call because they're used to seeing these rate increases because they price their product lower at a low point and they have to keep up with the cost of
So New York Life, I think, has only raised their rates. They've been doing it since 1988, and they've raised them once. And like other companies, They raise them every few years, some every year. So that varies. New York Life is very strong as far as that goes. And another area with long-term care is the hybrid ones. A lot of people, those are becoming more and more popular. Hybrid is you combine long-term care insurance, life insurance, and an investment or a return of premium all in one. So no matter what happens, if you go into a facility, you get a benefit. If you pass away, you get a benefit. Or if you say you don't want any of it and you just want your money back, you get your money back plus interest.
Is there because you'll have to help me here, because the first time I met you was over my insurance policy. You introduced yourself, and I think you bought me dinner. I don't remember. Maybe I bought you dinner.
You probably bought him
I probably
dinner.
bought him dinner, yeah. But I had a policy that you followed up on because you were the new agent for it. And I bought one that was kind of like what was it called? It was kind of a universal thing that really turned out not to be as good a product as originally thought. What was that called?
It could have been a universal life policy.
I don't remember. But the flexibility wasn't there.
I see.
As to what it was advertised at that time. A lot of people were switching over to that. But it's still good. I mean, it's still, I probably have enough. I'm a big saver, as you well know. I have enough, I believe, to put slip covers in my car. I think I have enough money from that policy to put slip covers in my car, but I don't think it'll bury me.
Well, that's a good start.
It depends on where you get buried too. I mean, you have other options. So,
well, that's Stephanie. She's
positive
sharp.
outlook.
There's a lot of
I love that.
blowouts
The glass
in the
half
sand
full
hills.
person.
Yeah.
I love that.
But you're okay with this flexible plan for long term? It seems to be okay.
Yeah, they have been around for a while. They're just becoming more and more popular because they have a proven track record, and we've seen how they work on both ends, and on the various ways that they benefit our clients. We see how they work, so they are becoming more and more popular because there's a guarantee somehow, no matter what happens, you're going to get a benefit from it, and a lot of people like that.
Steph, what happens to folks who don't have the long-term care? I mean, you hear it every day. You save up all this money your whole life to retire on, and you have maybe even property or land or a nice home, and if you go into a care facility at $200 a day, and that might be conservative in other areas of the country, it's probably way more than that. It isn't long before all that you've earned and saved and the property you have is gone.
Right.
So it's really worth looking into, is what I'm trying to say here.
It is, and even for my parents, where they own a ranch and a brewery, for them, long-term care was never a thought because I'm never going to go. Even though we had grandparents, I had grandparents that went, and those sort of things. We don't like to think about. Yeah. Not being able to do our normal activities of daily living, but at some point, Lord willing, if you live long enough, you're not going to be able to do those things. And so the affordability of it is, what do you want to protect? How much money do you want to protect if you or your spouse were to go in? And that's usually the first conversation of how much do we want to protect, and then how much can you truly afford? And then deciding how long do you want it to last. There used to be unlimited policies, and now they don't even offer those because companies have paid out an unlimited amount, and it becomes very expensive. And the companies, risk-wise, don't want to do that anymore. So there are also options. If I get a pushback of, this is unaffordable, is there any other option? Then we look at maybe hybrid, where James said you combine policies, or just a short-term care policy, which lasts a year. And there's a lot of short terms. The one specifically that I like and want to talk about today is really a neat package policy where they offer it for 365 days, up to $450 benefit, but it also includes home health.
$450 a day benefit.
Right.
Wow.
So I have people coming in with an old Blue Cross Blue Shield policy where Blue Cross doesn't sell it anymore. And they're like, Steph, I really want Mom to be able to stay home, and she wants to stay home. And I have to tell them, I'm sorry, but there's no home health care benefit with this policy. And it's heartbreaking because that's especially where COVID happened.
Yeah.
And you can't go into facilities and see family anymore, and they miss that connection. And so the home health care didn't used to be a big deal here, and now Custer Care, I sit on the board, they do it all the time, and they run and they go and they do home health care. So it's getting to be more and more prevalent in this area, and people prefer to be at home instead of in a facility.
You bet. Yeah.
And the neat thing about this product is that if you're taking any kind of prescription drug, they're going to give you a kickback for that. So let's say that you fill up 4 prescription drugs, they're going to give you $10 for each one of those back. And so if your premiums are $40 a month, and then you have 10 prescriptions you fill, you're going to get $40 a month back.
So that's kind of added benefit.
It is. It's so when they rolled this out a couple of years ago, I was a little bit hesitant, and I always try it out on my poor parents first and make them guinea pigs, which they love me for. But it has really worked out well, and they've gotten their return on their prescriptions, and so now I'm at a point where I'm comfortable talking about it and offering it to other people.
Yeah. How does the underwriting for a short-term care policy compare to long-term care?
It's a lot less stringent. Yep, it's a lot less stringent. So it's fairly, I say, easy to get into a short-term care policy.
Is it then a situation where you can do it again? I mean, if it's short term, can you repeat that?
Right. And so whenever you go on claim with these policies, they waive your premium. So if you're on claim, they're waiving your premium. Let's say you do get rehabilitated over a year's time and you now don't need it anymore. You start paying those premiums, and it takes a whole year's time before they will then open that policy back up to be used.
So you can use it twice.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to, that's...
So there are a lot of
Pretty
neat
good tool.
benefits. I mean, I'm kind of just touching on the edge of it, of everything that it does, but it is really, it's helped a lot of people. And if I don't talk about it, I feel like I'm not doing my due diligence in my job of helping people, especially with the home health care aspect of it.
Well, that's one of the main things is if you have questions about it, just come in. Steph is a expert in long-term care insurance, short-term care insurance, whatever, Medicare. And she's really kind of strange. She loves doing it.
Well, that's for sure. But
well, and there are a lot of companies that do it, but getting a company that you know is tried and true are going to be there when you're on claim. And then having my parents as a backup for guinea pigs has been really great. But I mean that even with Advantage plans and Medicare when it came out, I really did want to try them out on my dad and see how it worked and see. But the reason we do that,
family's great.
Yeah.
The reason I do that is because I really truly don't want to offer something that I think doesn't work. And so if I know it works and I'm offering it, I'll stand up 120% behind it because I've read through it and I understand it. So this certain company is A-rated, has been offering products in Nebraska for almost 40 years, where Blue Cross is 55 years. You know, that's pretty comparable to people's comfort level of getting into a company that's strong.
Fascinating information, I think, don't you, Brent?
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, you know, raise my hand. It gets to you quicker than you ever think, and you always have this, as you said, idea that that's going to happen to other people, but not to me, and no one knows that.
Well, and the possibility of using short-term care as opposed to something long-term is a whole lot higher. You know, people are like, well, I'm not going to use it. What if I never use it? Then I paid all these premiums. And with something like this, the possibility of using is so much higher, especially if you need help at home.
And the premiums are lower, too.
Yeah. Because you're talking about occupational therapy, physical therapy, all those things are covered when they come into your home for whatever it may be. So,
well, I
it's
think
a new policy.
folks listening out there, stop in and set up an appointment.
It's affordable.
And then there's the other options, the long term, and all of the things that you brought up. Now, You mentioned the top company.
Yeah.
You want to mention the other ones?
So New York Life, we work with all these companies. New York Life is the top. Mutual of Omaha, we mentioned that.
Yeah.
They're known for a lot of different discounts that they offer with their long-term care. Then there is Lincoln Financial. They actually have a long-term care that offers a 0 elimination period, which most companies have like a 90-day elimination period. Lincoln, they'll start their benefit right the first day you go into a nursing home, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And then there's Pacific Life. They've been around for a long time and offering long-term care insurance, and they're strong. They're known for their flexibility, a lot of flexibility with their options with long-term care. And then Bright House is another one, which is a MetLife company. Bright House, they offer kind of like indemnity policies. So it doesn't matter how much you pay for a nursing home. They give you X amount of dollars if you go in. Most of the other companies, it's a reimbursement. So it depends on how much you pay. They'll reimburse up to a certain amount. With Bright House, it's a flat amount. If you go in, you get X amount of dollars. So various differences between all those companies, but those are the top 5. We've worked with all of them. We've seen clients go on claims with all of them. So they're all very strong companies. And the one big thing, and Steph can attest to this, there's a lot of moving parts with long-term care. So don't try to do this on your own. Sit down with someone who's been doing it for a long time, knows what they're talking about, because there's a lot of moving parts with it.
All right. Gosh, guys, the time has flown by, but it's been very interesting, and I think a lot of people out there probably are maybe scratching their head a little bit and saying, maybe I should go talk to these guys about this. And it doesn't matter whether you're 30, 40, or 50, right? I mean, start talking about it sooner than later.
Yeah, we enjoyed doing what we do, and hopefully it shows when people sit down with us. And you can reach us at 940 South D Street. We're right across the street from Nebraska State Bank. Our phone number is 872-6810, and Etta is standing by right now to take your phone calls. She has our schedule. And you can reach us at jamesklang.com or on Facebook at Klang Financial.
All right. Just one last question for you guys, maybe more so for Stephanie, but maybe not. Brent has decided this week, I don't know if you've heard, but he started bringing the sales ladies' cars from out back and parking them out front for them in the morning so they don't have to go through the wet grass to get to their vehicle. Nice. My wife is a little upset about it. I haven't told Brent this on the air, but she said if ladies expect equal rights, then they should not accept that kind of actions. Because I've decided that Brent will be helping me scoop snow this winter and do some other things to kind of even out the playing field. If he's just going to help the ladies, he needs to teamwork with the other guys. What's your thoughts on that?
So, can traditional chivalry?
Yeah,
that's basically what we're.
I guess
about.
It is.
Contemporary versus traditional chivalry.
Yeah, you broke it down very nicely there, James.
So what do you think of that stuff?
I think I'd like to have my car brought to the front.
Okay.
I think that's quite lovely.
We're out of time.
What a gentleman.
Thank you. Then that's what I was going for. I'm just trying to be a gentleman.
I want my car brought to the front too.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to be left out here.
I'm going to drive your car over here, James, and park it and see if Brent will bring it around in the morning.
I'm betting he doesn't.
Great. It almost sounds like they're trying to get a valet service now for when guests come to the breakfast show. I guess I could meet you out and then bring your car up front for you when you
I usually
when you leave.
$1 or $2 for a tip. I mean that's
You know what? I would do it for tips.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
All right. We're on. Let's do it.
New service.
Wow.
All right. It's my duty to be nice today. So thanks for your input.
Yeah. You did some great acting today. I actually felt that you were nice.
Thank you.
And serious.
Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take a time out. Thanks for coming in. Klang Financial, always fun to have you in.
Bringing financial hope to life.
Oh, don't. That kind of breaks me up. Let's take a time.
Reap big bucks when you sow food plot seed mixes from Arrow Seed. Food plots help develop healthier wildlife populations by providing a high-quality, nutritious food source. Arrow Seed offers a full line of perennial mixes, including Full Potential and Trophy Banquet. Crunch and Munch, Brassica Plus, Deer Delight, and Green Screen are annual food plot mixes. Mixes can be planted in the spring or fall. Plant some on your site and watch the buck grow. Stop by your local Arrow Seed dealer, visit arrowseed.com, or like Arrow Seed's Facebook page to learn more about food plots and how they can work for you.
Pearson Physical Therapy in Broken Bow is seeking a caring, high-energy individual to assist in patient care as a physical therapy technician. Responsibilities include assisting physical therapists with non-clinical tasks, helping patients move through the clinic, keeping treatment areas clean, stocked, and organized, as well as assisting patients with light exercises. High school diploma required, college student or college graduate with previous clinical experience preferred. Wage dependent on experience. Send a cover letter and resume to pearsonphysicaltherapy@gmail.com.
The Southwest Conference Quiz Bowl is taking place in Broken Bow on Wednesday the 14th. Can't make it to watch? KCNI KBBN will be video streaming the Quiz Bowl on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Watch as the bright minds of our area compete for a conference title. Competing are Ainsworth, Broken Bow, Cozad, Gothenburg, McCook, Minden, Ogallala, and Valentine. We'll go live mid-morning on the 14th. The Southwest Conference Quiz Bowl. Go to sandhillsexpress.com/live to watch.
When you choose ACE as your natural gas supplier, you receive more than a competitive natural gas rate. Community-owned ACE returns revenue to communities for projects such as a recreational trail in Albion and park improvements in St. Paul, Ravenna, Ord, and Broken Bow. Get a competitive rate and support local communities. Choose ACE during this year's Extended Choice Gas Selection Period, March 18th through April 22nd at aceenergy.org. ACE, heating homes, powering communities.
Spring cleaning has begun, and Bruning Bank is here to help spruce up more than just that junk drawer you've been avoiding. Refresh your checking account and upgrade to Premier Checking, the account that rewards you with 2% in interest by simply doing everyday banking habits, such as swiping your debit card, logging into online banking, setting up an ACH, and signing up for e-statements. Whether you already have an account with us or not, setup is quick and easy. Come in and see how you can start earning 2% on your money. Learn more at bruningbank.com or give us a call at 308-872-2757. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Hannah. I am the Activity Director from Off-Broadway Assisted and Independent Living in Broken Bow. Here are a few more reasons that we are Central Nebraska's premier retirement living. We provide a mix between fun and unique activities, Mocktail Mondays, Jeopardy, cookies and conversation, and more, plus activities like bingo and treat socials. We love helping develop strong relationships in our residents and staff at Off-Broadway in Broken Bow.
Warmer weather means more activity. We have what your feet need at Bo Bootery on the Square. Right now, athletic shoes for children are $10 off, and athletic shoes for adults are $20 off. Beautiful weather means walks, track meets, trips to the park, and playing with the kids. Come and see our great athletic shoe styles at Bo Bootery, proud to be your locally owned shoe store.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. A woman whose brother died of a blood clot 10 days after getting the AstraZeneca vaccine is speaking out.
My brother was extraordinarily unlucky, but even given the situation our family's in, I would strongly encourage everybody to go ahead and have the vaccine.
Allison Assel says she knows more people will die if they avoid getting the shot. The president expected to announce his first executive actions on guns today. CBS's Ed O'Keefe on what the actions include.
Advocates for gun control are pushing the president to classify ghost guns as traditional firearms, a move that would require anyone who buys them to undergo a federal background check.
The Masters is underway in Augusta, Georgia. Some of the big golfers vying for the green jacket are making statements, and not just on the course. Cameron Champ speaking out about the new voting laws in the state.
It really targets, certain black communities. It makes it harder for them to vote, which to me is everybody's right to vote.
CBS News Brief. I'm Stacey Lynn.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Ralph Irvin.
The Masters is underway in Augusta, Georgia, and the reigning champion, Dustin Johnson, will hit the course. His opening shot will be at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Meanwhile, in the NBA Wednesday night, the two top teams in the league got together and played a doozy as Phoenix beat Utah 117-113 in overtime. Devin Booker had 35 points, Chris Paul 29. Phoenix now just a game and a half back of the Jazz in the Western Conference race. Kevin Durant returned to the floor after missing 23 games. He scored 17 points in 19 minutes, and Brooklyn dominated New Orleans 139-111. 7 Nets scored in double figures. Grayson Allen's 30 points led 6 Grizzlies in double figures, and Memphis won their 4th game in a row. 131-113 in Atlanta, and Denver's won 7 straight. They beat San Antonio 106-96.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll see mostly sunny skies with high temperatures working up into the mid-60s. Winds breezy from the northwest at 15 to 25. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies, a low at 36. For your Friday, once again on the breezy side, we'll see some gradually increasing clouds with a chance for an afternoon shower mid-50s. Saturday, lots of sun up to 64. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
The Callaway Good Life Center offers a facility with the comforts of home. Services include skilled nursing care, long-term care, respite care, and more. Callaway Good Life Center is a great place to work, offering competitive wages. Call 836-2267 for more information.
All right, 9:03 is your time, and we really enjoyed our conversations so far today with Henry. Henry's Callaway Bar, open already and having their opening night, grand opening, if you will, this Saturday starting at 4 o'clock. And then, of course, Steph and James with Klang Financial. It always is funny because we always think, how much can you talk about things that sometimes are thought of as a little dry, but they're such important things. And so we enjoy talking about those items and like the way they say, hey, just go see somebody about this. Doesn't have to be us, but go see somebody. We don't want you to get snookered at the end of your days or making an investment along the way that doesn't make sense for you. So we appreciate that. And we're going to be visiting with Ellen here in just a little bit from Subway. She is going to talk to us here in the 9 o'clock hour. So a few good things coming up. Plus, we have some things to cover. And we are going to be giving you a chance to call in before we close the show to get registered for the $250 prizes. There'll be 2 of them, gift cards that will be awarded later on in May. And today's call-ins are brought to you by your folks at Sand Hills Motors. And I'm sure that they'll be calling us very soon.
I was going to say, yeah.
To offer a trade-in value on the 2002 Chevy Cavalier.
Yep.
I just know that Chad or Thomas or someone will be calling from there to make an offer.
I don't know. I still, we may still have to take the lead on this and be the ones that do the contacting. Because usually when you have a vehicle that you're wanting to trade, you're kind of the one that needs to take the first step. But at the same time, we need to kind of make sure we know what we want in return.
Exactly.
Because when you have a piece of machinery, such as the 2002 Chevy Cavalier,
it's beautiful,
with the character and the history of this vehicle, I mean, you just can't, quite frankly, you can't really trade it for something straight up.
No.
This thing has basically grown in value, in our opinion.
Well,
and so you want to make sure that, from our position, not that we're greedy or anything like that.
No.
But you just want to make sure that you get the proper return. And so, we got to make sure that we, the trade-in is something that we feel is equal to what we're trading off.
Exactly, Brent. And that Challenger that they have on the lot there at Sand Hills, Yeah, it has a little teeny bit more horsepower than the Chevy.
Doesn't have the character yet.
No,
Probably.
doesn't really have the paint job.
Or the life experience.
Or I don't think it
of
has
the
as
Chevy
many
Cavalier
lights on the dash that the Chevy Cavalier has that
No.
light up when you start it. So there's some things that they need to realize, and I just expected a call one of these days from them or another dealership that might be interested in having that beautiful machine on their lot.
Yep. We're willing to trade.
It would be a real coup to have that baby sitting on your car lot.
Oh, it would be the centerpiece of
yeah.
what, because, let's face it, car dealerships, what makes them attractive lots of times is the way they position their cars.
Mm-hmm.
You need something that grabs the eye of people driving by. Let me tell you, this fine little machine is going to grab your eye.
It should probably, even though it's a used car, should probably be displayed in the showroom inside.
Oh, sometimes they put them on those little those things that turn around.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call that, but this would look beautiful in the showroom on one of those rotating stages.
Yes. And then the car dealers and their salespeople who sit in their offices with their glass offices, and they look out into the showroom and they see the Chevy Cavalier so brightly displayed. It will set the standard for them.
It would be a showpiece.
Yes. It would make them realize, I have one of the most important jobs in the world, and I want to get more people, I want to get more cars like this in the hands of people who need them.
Look how long this automobile serviced KCNI KBBN radio.
And is still doing so.
And still doing so. And look at the shape that it is still in after 20 years.
20 years. All right, we wanted to bring forward some very, very good things today, and we're going to do that. And we're going to then get a hold of Ellen if she's not too busy to talk to us from Subway.
Okay.
But I wanted to remind you again that the 13th Comstock Open Art and Photo Show is underway. They've judged it. They have the pieces hanging in the gallery. And if you would like to go on a tour, they're doing separate tours of that. Call Della at 872-1009 or Sue Dowse at 308-215-0076. Also Doyle Dowse and Darwin Hunt. Look them up in the book and give them a call and say, hey, can I get a little group to come over and see the art for this year? And then hopefully next year they'll be able to just have it open to the public as they have in the past. Also, Brent, Gates Community Center having a fundraiser this Saturday. And they are trying to replace or repair the brick schoolhouse that has become the community center. And there's all kinds of details about this fundraiser on Sandhills Express. And they're going to have a gathering this Saturday, and they're going to start around 6 p.m. And the price of admission for each household is at least one baked good item, craft item, or gift certificate, or other articles that are suitable for donation to a silent auction. And they encourage you to bring some finger food to share during the event. This is all taking place this Saturday. The entry fee for the cornhole tournament, which they're going to have, is $10 per player, and all proceeds will go to the cause. And if you can find the time to go, if you can't make it, you can send a donation to their treasurer, Angela Burnett, at 43790 Sergeant Road, Anselmo. And again, that address is available for you to look up on sandhillsexpress.com. Send them a check if you can. Also, we want to thank, and it's coming up next Wednesday, the Southwest Conference Quiz Bowl. And excited to have it here in Broken Bow. Teams from all over the conference will be coming in. Starts around 10 a.m., I believe. And Jeremy and Gavin are going to make that available on our live stream, like we do ball games. Now, this will not be on the radio, but it will be on YouTube, help me here, Twitter, and Facebook Live.
Correct.
On Sandals Express, just like when you watch ball game. And you can watch and listen to it and see how the kids do. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's next Wednesday. So thank you to Nebraska State Bank, State Farm, Donna Cahill, Trotter Service, Trotter Inc., Broken Bow Chiropractic, BD and Broken Bow, The Grocery Cart, Broken Bow Legends Neighborhood Grill, the Square M Accounting, Palmer Monument, and WinQuest Incorporated so far have decided, hey, we want to help sponsor this. And I know that Christy and Shannon have been working with some other businesses as well. So you'll hear or actually see their ads on the page as you see the broadcast. Then, yesterday, Roland Sell was in.
He was.
And he would like you to consider going with them June 5th through the 13th on their volunteer mission trip to Alabama Gulf Coast to help some folks rebuild there. They've been doing this for many years. This will be the 24th trip they have taken over the years to help people in need. It's $450 per person, and you can also just make a donation to the cause if you like and send that to Teresa Staub over in Arcadia. The address there is 79962 465th Avenue, Arcadia. Or get a hold of Roland. His number is 202-0136. And you can make a donation. If you can't go, you can help with the cause there. But the bus will be filling up. And then they have the 35th Annual Family Banquet coming up down the road here a piece. Saturday, April 17th at 7 p.m. at the Arcadia High School gym. And Kim Penny will be the speaker, a former athlete and Husker cheerleader, married to a former Husker football player, had a terrible accident in Durango, Colorado 16 years ago, and near-death injuries as well as physical disabilities. And she is going to inspire you. You'll get a meal, you'll get some music, and it's all for $11 for adults. And they've had a donation to where the kids get in free, all the way up to high school kids.
Yep.
And last but not least, thank you to Viera Wireless for being part of the show today. You can call their national number for information about how they can go to work for you at 877-484-2376. I lost my little sheet. There it is. How are we doing on things?
Oh, we're doing pretty good.
Pretty good? Let's get a hold of Ellen, shall we?
Let's do that.
We'll do that after these words.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
9:14 is your time. And Ellen is on the line. I don't know how busy she is because I just said, you want to go on the radio real quick? And Ellen, being the nice lady that she is, said, well, you bet. Good morning. How are you, Ellen?
I am good.
Good. Now, last time we talked to you, you were busy in the morning. That would tell us that Subway's breakfast are a big hit. Maybe they were even coming in to get sandwiches. I don't know.
They were coming in to get sandwiches. There was a track meet later that day.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah. Lots of those going on, outdoor activities. Just around the corner, be heavy into planting season, as I know you have those box lunches that will be available.
Yes, absolutely. The box lunches are really popular with our farm guys.
Mm-hmm. And
then the track meet, the sandwiches will stay good all day, and may as well get it done in the morning, right?
Yeah, well, they did. Yeah, that's a good idea. And the nice thing about the box lunch, like you say, they keep really well. If they happen to have a big old fridge in the shop or something, they can stick them in there or just put them in a big cooler. And I'm sure they do that with track meets. You can get, what all can you get in a boxed lunch as far as a different variety of sandwiches?
Any of the cold sandwiches. So the cold cut, turkey, ham, BMTs, spicy Italians, anything that's cold meat. I can't do like steak or anything like that. But.
Okay. All right. Now, Brent, have you tried the high protein salad yet?
No, I've not tried a protein bowl.
The protein bowls are so popular. It's like the opposite of a salad. It's more meat than veggies instead of more veggies than meat.
Well, around here that probably goes over pretty well.
It really does.
Now, on the protein bowls, Ellen, are there just certain ones that you do, or can you basically
you
get
can do
any
any
sandwich
of the
made?
sandwiches.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if I wanted a spicy Italian protein bowl, you could just load it up with pepperoni and salami and all that stuff?
Oh, yes.
Oh, baby. Okay.
I gotta try that. And then, of course, you haven't run out of turkey, have you? Because you got to have the turkey sandwich there.
Right. Yes. No, we have not run out of that.
Okay. I know there's.
I would not do that to you.
Well, there's shortages out there. How you doing on the ketchup? Do you guys have the ketchup in the little packages?
We don't. We don't actually have ketchup at all here.
That's right. You don't.
Yeah.
And that's because you don't need it.
No, you don't. I mean, I guess some people might want it for like a steak sandwich, but that's just silly. So.
Hey, you got barbecue sauce for that, man.
We don't have barbecue
you
either.
don't?
They took it back away. They just can't make up their mind on the barbecue whether we get to have it or not.
Okay.
Sometimes I can order it, and sometimes I can't. So when I can, I always do.
Well, that's okay, because I know when I get the steak and cheese, the Southwest Chipotle sauce that you have, oh my goodness, that's
good, huh?
like the perfect thing to put on the steak. We talk about the box lunches and things. If people want, say you're not going to get to the box lunch right away. If people want mustard or the Chipotle or whatever to put on the sandwich, I'm guessing you can put that in a little cup on the side, can't you?
Oh, yeah, we always do.
All right.
Yeah, if I know it's going to be later, I usually recommend putting the sauce on the side just because, it always tastes better then.
Yeah, sure does. So for folks out there on the go, tell everybody when you're open.
Right now we are open. We open at 8 and we close at 10, except Saturday and Sunday we open at 9 and close at 10.
Okay. All right. So 7 days a week available to pick up the all the different sandwiches. How's the wraps going? The wrap has been very popular.
The wrap, I think, will always be popular.
Yeah.
They do quite well.
Isn't it really the texture of having that tightly wrapped like that and then biting into it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's part of it is the actual texture. It's a lot different than the original Subway, like the regular bread.
Yeah, it really is. And the flatbread's like that, too.
Yeah, flatbread's good. A lot of people like the big fluffy bread, and some folks like to maybe concentrate on the ingredients a little more.
Yep.
You mentioned the flatbread. The flatbread is really good with your breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
And we can even do like the protein bowls with breakfast stuff.
You can?
Oh, you can.
Those are good, like some breakfast scramblers.
Oh.
Hey, I like that idea. Steak, cheese, and egg protein bowl in the morning.
Yes.
It's all at Subway in Broken Bow. Ellen, it sounds like you're maybe making a sandwich.
I am just doing my prep, getting stuff ready.
Well, thanks for taking time to talk to us today. It's great to have Subway rolling full speed ahead now with the dining area open. They can use the cards to order ahead now, and it's all good.
Yes.
All right, Ellen. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a good day.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. All right, you can tell she's working and talking. And
I'm glad she mentioned the breakfast protein bowl. You get a breakfast sandwich as a protein bowl. I like that idea.
That sounds delicious. We'll be back with more of The Breakfast Show. First, these words.
Visit the grocery cart and save every day from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. 80% lean ground beef, $1.98 a pound. Premium Aged Choice Certified Angus Beef Sirloin Tip Steak is $4.98 a pound. Van Camp's pork and beans cans are just 68 cents. Heinz Easy Squeeze ketchups or mustard, $1.98. 6-ounce fresh raspberries, blueberries, or blackberries are 2 for $6. Grocery Cart. Visit them on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow.
Now is the time to choose Constellation as your competitive natural gas supplier. Constellation provides reliable natural gas supply to homes, businesses, farms, and ranches across dozens of Nebraska counties. And we support 4-H and FFA in every one. Call 877-274-5710 or visit nebraskagas.com. But hurry, the selection period ends Thursday, April 22nd. Choose natural gas supply from Constellation.
AgVenture, the nation's largest network of independently owned and managed seed companies, takes a different approach to help farmers produce more bushels through its maximum profit system.
In-season management decisions have a huge positive or negative effect on your final productivity. Who's going to help you make those decisions in a way that's going to bring that positive effect about? Not everyone that you work with is going to give you the information you need on what to do in season, when to do it, how to do it, to receive the most maximum outcome. And that's where having an AgVenture yield specialist is one of your key decision-making partners becomes so important. AgVenture yield specialists not only are trained in the aspects of the maximum profit system, but they have a network of people surrounding them that they can go to find answers on the spur of a moment. That is so important. They're not out there on their own, just doing their own thing. They're well-trained, they're knowledgeable, and they have the tools and the people to help support them in bringing more profit per acre to your farm.
To learn more, visit agventure.com.
9:22 is your time. Christy was just in. So good to see her this morning. Love that girl. We have some things that we need to present to you, and then along the way, I'd like to bring you some information, breakfast show treats, if you would, please.
Okay, sure.
But I'm going to have to ask you to help me with this one. This is, what do they call that again when an animal passes gas?
Flatulence, I believe, is the term that you are constantly looking for.
It's Dog Flatulence Awareness Day.
Flatulence, yes.
Flatulence.
There you go. You got it.
Thank you. Everyone blames the dog when, you know.
It's easy to do.
But dogs really do
flatulate.
The main reason is they swallow, and I didn't know this. The main reason is they swallow too much air when they eat.
Really?
Yeah, and since dogs can't burp, they don't burp, the air has to come out somewhere, out the other end.
There you go.
So that is a day set aside to honor dogs passing gas.
That's great.
Also, we're going to stay on the animal trend here. It's Draw a Bird Day.
Draw a bird.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be good. Just give it a beak and some wings.
Oh.
And they started drawing a bird day back in 1943.
Okay.
During the Second World War.
Oh.
As a way for soldiers to get a momentary break from all the suffering and misery of battle, they would just have them stop and draw a bird.
Yeah.
So this is the day.
So if you're having a staff meeting or something at your business, or you're going to go to a meeting and you got your little notepad, and let's face it, lots of times when you're in a meeting, what do you start to do?
Doodle.
You start to doodle. Well, while you know, if you do that today, draw a bird, because it's Draw a Bird Day.
Yep. Staying on the animal theme, it's Zoo Lovers Day.
Love the zoo. Need to go back. I haven't been to the big zoo in Omaha for a few years now.
Yeah, it's quite a zoo. We're lucky to have it in the state here. A great excuse to ditch whatever you plan and hang out with some monkeys instead.
There you go.
So those are some of the things that are being highlighted today.
Of course, lots of times it's a zoo around here, so I kind of feel like I might be celebrating it today just being here at work.
I feel that way sometimes too, but on the other hand, what a great bunch of people here.
That's nice of you to say.
They are wonderful here at KCNI, KBBN. Just the entire group is just a golden nuggets.
Oh, that's nice of you to say.
Have anything you'd like to highlight? Ansley Lumber's looking for some good help, I think.
They are. And once I find the sheet, I'll tell you more about that. Here it is. Join the team at Ansley Lumber. They have an opportunity for you to join their team. They're looking for a self-starter. Someone with computer skills, that certainly helps, and also prior sales experience, and maybe even a Class B CDL would be preferred. Other things associated with this position: need the ability to lift and load 75 pounds. Certainly a product knowledge of hardware and building materials would be beneficial. And they also offer benefits, health insurance and retirement benefits available. So if you're interested, just stop into Ansley Lumber. You'll find them right there on Main Street, Ansley. Pick up an application, or feel free to mail a resume to ansleylumber@gmail.com. That's ansleylumber@gmail.com. A chance to join the team at Ansley Lumber and Supply.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much.
Now, I think it's wonderful. You just talked about, doodling and maybe drawing a bird to relieve stress. I think it's so wonderful that people can find a release in a television show, even if it seems a little strange. And
I find a release in it every noon hour while I'm taking my lunch.
Well, I know that you and your lovely wife, Shelley, also watch The Masked Singer.
We have occasionally. They have a new season going on, and I'll be honest, we just haven't gotten into it this season. But we have watched it in the past, yes.
That's too bad. I know you've enjoyed it in the previous seasons, and if you get a chance, get back and take a look. Maybe it'll be it'll renew for you.
Okay, all right.
Nick Cannon was unmasked.
Oh, that's why he hasn't been hosting the show.
Evidently.
I see. That's interesting.
He was the Masked Singer last night.
Ah.
The host has been out sick with COVID since early February. Niecy Nash was guest host during the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know her or not. And Nick says he was super grateful, but starting next week, Nick is back as host, and Niecy will be missed. But take it in, enjoy it. I know it's not real relevant in the world today, but if it releases something for you, I think that's wonderful.
Okay, Dave, thanks.
Sure. Broken Bow Housing Authority is looking to hire an executive.
They are, yes. They have a job opening for executive director. The Broken Bow Housing Authority manages 40 apartments and 45 homes located in the city of Broken Bow and 20 apartments at Husker Homes in Ansley. The candidate should have a passion for quality customer service and a solid knowledge of regulatory environment. Applicants must have a high school diploma or equivalent and then a degree in business or public administration or finance and or experience in a related field would be preferred. You can submit a one-page letter of interest and resume if you're interested. They do ask that it includes salary history and 3 professional references. You can submit your documents to Broken Bow Housing Authority, 825 South 9th Avenue, Broken Bow, 68822. You can send it by mail or just drop it off to them in person.
Thank you, Brent. Birthdays to celebrate today locally. These were sent to my intelligent phone. Cole Seeley, Sarah Geiser, Whitney Cox, all celebrating birthdays today. Whitney Cox Fleshman, you might remember Whitney grew up in Sargent. And then we also have Karen Schroeder Dockweiler. Now, Karen can have birthday after birthday, and she looks just like she did when you met her 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She Rocky is so lucky. He has an ageless wife. She does not age at all. So happy birthday to all of you, including Karen Dockweiler today.
All right.
You're celebrating birthdays today with some very special people. I know you'll be happy to hear that John Snyder is having a birthday today.
Bo Duke.
61 today.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Izzy Stradlin, age 59. He is a Hall of Fame guitarist that founded the band Guns N' Roses along with Axl Rose. And those are a couple of birthdays that you folks are celebrating with today. John Snyder, 61.
Yeah.
Izzy Stradlin, 59.
Love the Dukes of Hazzard. Not afraid to admit it. Got the complete DVD set of every single episode.
And I think that's wonderful that you have that to go back on and watch and enjoy.
I do.
Yeah,
Quite often, actually.
I mean, I know you've watched them over and over again. That's kind of your MO on programs that you like, but I think that's really sweet.
Thanks.
Yeah, very nice.
Let's go fishing all the time. Baby, go fishing too.
Go better. And the next thing you know, the day is over.
More rewarding.
See?
Too. So much more rewarding. Yeah. Agree 100% with you.
Because I'm guessing the first 2 days of the week, when quite frankly you weren't nice, those had to be long days for you, I would think.
Well, I guess since I am being nice, I should be honest. You can't be nice if you're not honest.
Mm-hmm.
No, those days flew by pretty quick. We'll be right back.
Life's a beach. Escape to Henry's Bar in Callaway. Check out the new bar in town at their open house on April 10th starting at 4. Enjoy drink specials, win prizes, and unwind at this vacation in a bar. Try one of Henry's fresh handcrafted drinks or just kick back with a beer. You won't find another bar like this in Nebraska. Open every day at 4 p.m. Last call Friday and Saturday, 1 a.m. We'll see you at Henry's Bar in Callaway. Open house April 10th. Follow them on Facebook at Henry's Callaway, Nebraska.
Corn, soybean, and cotton growers are in a race against time when it comes to hard-to-kill weeds. Interline herbicide from UPL works fast to eliminate some of the most challenging glyphosate-resistant weeds, including Palmer amaranth, water hemp, mare's tail, and ragweed. Interline can be used as a burn-down treatment or as an over-the-top treatment in glufosinate-tolerant crops, including Liberty Link varieties. Ask your retailer or UPL sales representative about Interline. And always read and follow label directions. With resistance on the rise, fighting disease in corn and soybeans takes a heavy-duty fungicide with super strength. Zolera FX from UPL combines two powerful fungicides at full rates for maximum performance and yield. Zolera FX delivers more robust disease control with both curative and preventative activity. And Zolera FX is now registered for use in wheat. Ask your retailer about Zolera FX, a super fungicide whose time has come. Always read and follow label directions.
The Southwest Conference Quiz Bowl is taking place in Broken Bow on Wednesday, the 14th. Can't make it to watch? KCNI KBBN will be video streaming the Quiz Bowl on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Watch as the bright minds of our area compete for a conference title. Competing are Ainsworth, Broken Bow, Cozad, Gothenburg, McCook, Minden, Ogallala, and Valentine. We'll go live mid-morning on the 14th. The Southwest Conference Quiz Bowl. Go to sandhillsexpress.com/live to watch.
All right, again, that is Wednesday, next Wednesday, starting about 10 a.m. or so. Brent has a few more things that he wants to pass along to you, and I'd like to highlight this next story, if I may, if you don't mind. Would it be all right?
Sure. You want to do that now, or you want me to go through the things that I have first?
Well, a nice person would encourage the other person to go first before he or she reads his own or her story. So I'd love it if you would go ahead and take first shot at it.
Okay.
That would be great.
Thanks, Dave.
You betcha.
KC Trucking is looking for 15 to 20 REA posts. If you have any, please call them at 870-4051. Maybe you know of some. Call them 870-4051. A while back, they were looking for a full-time truck driver. I think they have filled that position. But if you're interested in driving for KC Trucking, don't be afraid to send them some information about yourself. And if an opening comes available in the future, they'll certainly keep your name in mind. But right now, they are looking for 15 to 20 REA posts. And again, if you have any or know where they can find some, call 870-4051. Also, Meat Lumber in Broken Bow has a position open right now for a sales associate. This position offers a competitive compensation package and outstanding benefit program, including medical, dental, and employee stock ownership plan, as well as accrued vacation in the first year. The sales associate would be responsible for various sales duties, including sales support functions, office coordination, and assist with some merchandise deliveries. If you're interested, stop in and talk to Dan or give him a call at 872-2061. That's 872-2061. Mead Lumber looking for a sales associate. And finally, whether you want your home cooler or warmer, Taylor Heating and Cooling is who you should call. They are your Daikin dealer. Matt or Andy can help you decide on the best system for your home. Call them at 872-6196. Daikin does it all with less energy than your old system. Their inverter technology uses 30% less energy than traditional non-inverter systems. So while your home is cooling, your bill gets even cooler. They have the solutions you need for total home comfort. Matt and Andy with Taylor Heating and Cooling, 872-6196.
Had a call coming in.
I saw that.
That doesn't happen very often. I don't have very many friends. But I think I'm going to have more now that I'm nice.
You might be surprised.
Speaking of nice.
Yes, Dave.
The Shack. Did you hear the story about the Shack?
The Shack.
Shaquille O'Neal.
No. Oh, yeah. I heard he did something very nice for someone. Is that what you're alluding to?
Yeah. Yeah. He happened to be in a Zales jewelry store looking at jewelry, and there was a young man paying an installment or asking about an installment plan for his fiance's engagement ring, and Shaq just went over and handed the clerk his credit card, and just like that, the bill was paid. Now, on CBS this morning, they mentioned that the young man said, no, don't do that, Shaq. That's not necessary. And he said, no, I try to do it every day. I just like to make people smile.
That's great.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I love his commercials because he makes you smile.
He
There's
does.
something about him that he's just a friendly, big, cuddly guy who could really
seems
dunk the
like
basketball.
a nice person who did something nice for somebody.
That's true. That's true. And I would like to go just a little bit further with this nice theme this morning. A lot of times maybe I should say I, make accusations that everyone is stuck to the internet. There's no one who doesn't use the internet. And that's not true.
Probably not.
It's a surprising number, really, who don't. It's just not your grandpa or grandma who don't like to get involved in the internet. There's a new study that finds about 7% of American adults don't use internet at all. 1 in 14 of us don't like to use the internet or don't use it at all, especially those who live in the country compared to city folk, according to this study. Also, Brent, you should know, I don't know, they've been trying to get this out into the public for quite a while now. I think the sheriff who investigated the Tiger Woods crash was pretty cool about it. He said, I'll release it when Tiger Woods is okay with it because they legally didn't have to release it. I mean, I think that would have been a situation where it didn't have to be, there was no crime or ticket written out, I should say, because I guess there was in a way a crime. Tiger Woods wrecked his SUV, and it was speeding that got him in trouble, and pretty big speeding.
He was going pretty fast.
Yeah. 87 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone, and couldn't make the corner. And then even to make it worse, he slammed onto the gas instead of the brake after he lost control, shattering his leg, which they don't know could end his pro golf career. So it was speed that got him. I think he was late for a function that he had been working on with some golf program with youth that week. So that's very unfortunate. I just look at you and I just feel proud to be a part of the show with you, Brent. It just means a lot to me to, rub shoulders with your professionalism and your straightforward way of doing the program. I appreciate it very much.
Thanks so much, Dave. I can just feel the genuineness of those comments.
I'm glad you
Thank
can.
you
I'm
so much.
Certainly glad you feel that way. Because I feel the same way. So the last thing we're going to do on the show today is give somebody out there a little thrill and get them registered for the $250 gift cards. But we're going to do a little differently here on the show, not like we normally do. I know you like to hear Christy's intro. It's very good. It sounds great. It really stimulates the mind and the ears. But we're just going to do it differently here.
Okay.
I would like to talk with someone who's willing to call in and just politely say, I believe Brent is sucking up, or I believe he's being courteous for bringing the cars forward.
Okay.
Man, woman, or child, you're able to call 872-2801. I'll put you on the air, and I would just like to know your thoughts on whether it's good old-fashioned gentleman courtesy, or
Which it is.
or he's sucking up.
I've not asked for anything. You go ask the sales girls. I have not asked for anything in return, nor was I asked to go do it.
That could come later. I'm sorry. We have a caller on the line. Good
Okay,
morning.
go ahead.
Who are we talking to?
This is Catherine.
Catherine with a C?
Yeah. Yes, with a C.
How are the eggs coming right now? You getting a lot of eggs?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to try to get some to you one of these days, but my hens want to keep setting, so
That's
I'm
good.
letting them set. So
Do you have the big white eggs or the brown ones or small?
I have big white, I have big brown, I have smaller tan, and I have blue eggs.
Blue.
And I have some little Bantam eggs, but you don't get those.
Okay.
You like those, huh?
Well, those I'm trying to set. They're little silky.
Yeah.
Oh, so that they'll have little chicks.
Yes. I've got 4 little new chicks 1st of April.
Boy,
nice.
That makes it.
The other one's setting, so.
Yeah, that makes us think of spring when we think about little chickens. And are you into ducks at all?
Not presently. I had some last year, but the little dog killed them. So
that happens.
Just going to stay with the chickens. I got some guineas, and I don't know about them. They're awful noisy.
Do you remember the story when Bob Bowles was still here? He had a few ducks on his place, and he had a weasel.
I remember that.
And the weasel would somehow get into the duck house at night and kill the ducks.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had a weasel problem out there other than
No, I hope I never do.
Yeah. It was kind of gross because he said he got up one day and the duck was running around and the weasel had stretched the duck's head out. And so the duck was running around with his head kind of hanging down.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Catherine, you
And
brought it.
I sold Bob some ducks, too.
That's right, you did. I hope those weren't the ones, for heaven's sakes.
I don't know.
I hope those weren't the ones that you sold him, that the weasel stretched the duck neck out on. I'm sorry I went there. Sometimes Catherine and I talk too much. I know that's a surprise to you. Oh, you know that. Catherine, we'll put your name down, but first I'd like to know, do you think Brent's moving the cars from out back up front for the sales ladies in the morning is a generosity or gentleman act, or is he sucking up?
I think he's a very good gentleman.
Thank you, Catherine.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
So in other words,
put her name down twice. Put her name down more than once.
I will. I'll
for
do that. But so in other words, Catherine, you think I talk too much, and Brent's a gentleman?
Well, Brent's a gentleman, and you sometimes hit yourself in a hole when you talk too much.
Yes. All right, put her down 3 times now.
Oh, thanks so much, Catherine. We got you down.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yep. Take care.
Bye.
Oh, Catherine. Very honest person.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that.
I feel like you've just, by this, now have lost your niceness. What happened to being nice, Dave?
Why? I just wanted the reaction of the people. I wasn't making a statement myself.
Well, you sounded to me like you were a little bit disappointed when she said that she thought I was just being a gentleman. And I kind of gathered from your tone that you still think I was just sucking up, as you put it, which I find interesting because when you read the Shaquille O'Neal story and what he did, a random act of kindness, you were applauding him.
You sure?
I did a random act of kindness, and here you are taking me to task for it. I'm sorry, there's no consistency there, fella.
Well, maybe, Brent, I could gently and nicely explain to you that I appreciate the fact that you want to be a team player and help your employees out. But specifically pick that one task, I believe is jaded. I believe that there's another reason for it, and I can't help but being honest about it.
No reason whatsoever. I've not asked for anything in return.
Well, has Christy been nice to you the last few days?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You think there's any reason for that?
Well, I would think that me being nice encourages other people to be nice as well.
I accept that because I want to be nice too.
Well, you were doing pretty good for a while.
Well,
I'll give you credit for that.
I mean,
you went about 2 hours being nice.
What did I get for being nice for 2 hours? I'm nice for 2 hours, and Catherine puts me on the block at the end of the show, says I talk too much, and I talk myself into a hole, and
But I mean, first off, she was just telling the truth, and I thought did it in a very nice way.
Maybe she is harboring some anger over maybe those were the ducks that, that Bob bought from her that got eaten by the weasel.
We've all got
let you